Hi, my name is Daniel, and I'm going to tell you a story. Um, in 1983, I was 3 years old. Me and my family went to go visit my aunt who lived in a park, and right next to this park was a river. Anyways, I have an older brother. He's about 7 years old at the time, so he's about 4 years, 3, 4 years older than me. And I was just a 3-year-old little boy, and I wanted to go with my brother to the water and hang out, and just have fun. And I asked my mom if I can go, and she told me no, because I didn't know how to swim and I was only 3 years old, and she knew it wasn't safe. And but I cried and moaned, and eventually I went anyways. Against my mom's decision, I went anyways. And when I got over there, um, I saw my brother standing next to the water, and he said, "Come here, Daniel. I want to show you something." And so I ran over to him, and when I got next to the water, he said, "Look in. What's this?" He says, "Look at this. What is this?" Or something like that. He was telling me to look at something. I don't remember. And I stuck my foot, or I went over next to him, and next thing I know, I stepped on some mud or something, and I slipped into the water. I was 3 years old. I didn't know how to swim, so instantly I went under the water. I didn't, you know. And after being under the water for a little bit, I was looking at the bottom of the water, at the floor of the water. Eventually, I saw a hole open up, and I guess this was about the moment of death for me. And I looked at it. As I was looking at it, next thing I know, it has the suction coming out of it, and it sucks me into it like a vacuum cleaner sucks in dirt. It sucked me into it, and next thing I know, I'm flying through this tunnel really fast. And it went from dark to light really quick. And when I came out in front of it, or out of it, I was in front of this huge wall. And I remember looking at this wall. It was very beautiful. It had all kinds of diamonds and beautiful stones, all kinds of different colors, beautiful stones all over this wall. And it was so high, I wasn't able to see the top of it. It was too high. It was really, really big. And I remember at the very center of this wall was a white gate. And on each side of this gate was two very large men, angels. They both were dressed in armor, and they both had a big sword. I guess they were about 30 feet tall, maybe a little bit taller than that. Anyways, a woman came up to me. It was my guardian angel, and she walked me in. And of course, before I go in, I go to some man, and he's got a book. And as soon as he sees my name in the book, he identifies me and allows me to go in. I remember heaven was very beautiful. It was the most beautiful place. I'm imagining that it was like what Earth was like when Earth first was, created. It was very beautiful, green, all kinds of beautiful flowers. And I met a bunch of people. I met an aunt and uncle that I had, and that died, and I met this little girl. I guess her name was Sarah, and her and her family were very rich, and they died in a plane crash. I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly where they were flying to. Um, but I remember she tells me that her parents, they ignored her a lot, and she was alone a lot, with a nanny or whatever. She was always by herself, you know, playing by herself and stuff. She didn't have any brothers or sisters or anything like that. And then she said, but at the moment when the plane was going down, she said her mom and dad hugged her and told her how much they loved her, and my guess is they didn't go to heaven because they weren't there with her, which is very, very, very sad. It says in the Bible that it's easier for a rich man, or it's easier for a worm to crawl. It's easier for us to crawl through the eye of a needle, a camel to crawl through the eye of a needle, than it is for a rich man to get into heaven. Her parents were very, very rich. She was rich, but it was only because of her family, and she was a little kid. Little kids don't go to hell. Never. Little kids never go to hell, ever. God don't judge them like he does adults. Because, we're held accountable for the things that we do. Little kids don't know better. God doesn't judge them like he judges us. So, and then after I met her and stuff, and was hanging out and having a little while with my guardian angel, and then there was lots of beautiful mountains and hills and stuff there. And I guess I went up on a hill, and that's when I met Jesus. He was real tall. I guess probably about 6'2", 6'3". He was well built. He was a muscular man. He wasn't skinny like in some of the movies they have him on. He's real skinny. He looked like the Jesus in the Passion of the Christ. Like that Jesus. I can't remember what that guy's name is. But he was a muscular man. He was more of a built man, more of a built version of Jesus. He wasn't skinny. He wasn't puny and stuff. Jesus is not puny. No way. Okay, he's not like a big bodybuilder or like a big wrestler, like 300, 250 pounds, anything like that. But he is well built. He's probably about 200 pounds or something like that. But he's muscular. So he was a lot like that Jesus. Whenever I saw that movie, it reminded me of him. But his face don't look like that guy's face. He's got a lot more delicate face, more smooth. Skin is smoother. He's a very, very good looking man. I remember I couldn't see his face very good. But the Jesus that he looked like, the one Jesus that his face looked a lot like, was the Jesus from Son of God, the movie The Son of God. He looked a lot like that Jesus in the face, but his body looked like the other Jesus. But his face looked like that Jesus. Very good looking man. And when I met Jesus, his hair wasn't brown like it was in the movies. His hair was white. And there's a reason why his hair was white. In the Bible, it says that Jesus told his disciples or whatever people that him and God are one. And people always get confused about that. They always think, is Jesus saying that he's God? I mean, he's saying that God and him are one. And he did say, I am. Jesus did say, I am. And God did say to Moses, he is I am. He never told Moses his name. And people could say all they want, that God's name is Jehovah or whatever. I mean, those names they just have a meaning. But it's not God's actual name. No one but Jesus knows God's actual name. In the Bible, it says that Jesus had a name written on his head that no one knew. It's the name of God. Jesus is the only one that knows God's actual name. His name's not Jehovah. It's not all any of these other stuff that people try to say his name is. It's not. No one but Jesus knows God's actual name. Everything about God is powerful. His name is included. His name is also powerful. If we were to speak his name because we have sin inside of our body, we would probably burst in flames. If you were to say his actual name, you'd die because of sin, because of evil, the evil in this world. Everything about God is pure, is holy, everything. Anyways, people never understood what Jesus meant when he said that him and God were one. And God revealed it to me one day why Jesus' hair was white when I met him. In the Bible, it says that Jesus' hair is white. In heaven, it says it's white. And it says when he returns, to destroy the Antichrist, his hair is white when he returns at that time. There's a reason why his hair is white. His hair is not normally white. His hair is normally brown. But it turns white when him and God both enter into the same body. They're both spirits. Jesus is a spirit just like God is a spirit. Jesus is actually part of God. It's just like a puzzle. Jesus is just a part off of God. Just a part of the puzzle. When the puzzle comes together, Jesus and God are one. The Holy Spirit's included in this. He's just, right now, he's on this earth. He's God. Jesus, the Holy Spirit is God on this earth. He is the messenger of God. He's the power of God. He's the voice of God. But he remains on this earth until Jesus returns. Then he will return to heaven with Jesus, and God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit will become one in that body, the body of Jesus. And like I said, the hair on Jesus' head turns white because of the power of God inside of that body. It turns that hair white, just like Moses' hair changed when he spoke to God. I believe that Moses actually heard God's voice. I believe that. And anyways, I sat on God's lap, Jesus and God's lap, because they were both one at the point when I met Jesus. Him and God were one. So that means I met God and Jesus both at the same time. He told me that he was very nice. He had a very delicate voice, very nice person. God, I mean, it's not, obviously he's not a person, he's God. But I mean, you know what I mean. And, he spoke to me very delicate. And he said, it's not your time to be here, Daniel. Your family needs you. It's not your time to be here yet. And next thing I tried to tell him, no, I don't want to go. I want to stay. I want to stay here. But before I could say much of anything, next thing I knew, I was flying through that tunnel again, back into my body, back alive again on this earth. And I didn't know. I didn't know for a long time. I never knew why God sent me back. You know what I mean? Because I didn't understand why God sent me back just because my family they're all gonna die too eventually. So why did He send me back just for that? I didn't know why He sent me back, but obviously it wasn't for just that reason. It wasn't just for that reason. Maybe it was partly for that, but it was also for something else. And 9 years ago, I finally found out what the reason was that God sent me back here. The main reason He sent me back here. 9 years ago, I heard the voice of God. I heard the voice of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit revealed to me who this man, the Antichrist from the Bible, who he is. He told me his name. And He told me his name for me to warn people, for me to tell people so that they open their eyes, also to tell them, about all the things that He's revealed to me. And my experiences going to heaven, reveal the truth to them. so that he could save them through me. He could save them through me. But understand something. If any of you, anybody watching this, is saved by anything that I say, you're not saved by me. You're saved by God. Because God sent me back. He sent me here for this. I wouldn't know anything that I know if it wasn't for God. Nothing. I would be just in the dark, just as in the dark as you are right now. I probably, who knows if I would even believe in God. I have no idea where I would be if it wasn't for God revealing these things to me. And I don't think I'm a great person. I'm not. I know I'm not. Why God chose me to be one of the people to reveal these things to, that I honestly don't know anybody else, and I've never heard a preacher ever speak about how Jesus and God are one. Never heard one preacher my whole life say that. Never. Never one preacher ever said that Jesus has white hair in heaven. Never. You have any idea how great that makes me feel that God revealed that to me, that he didn't reveal it to them? It's the truth. You could not believe it all you want, but it's the truth. When God and Jesus are one, the hair on Jesus' head turns white. It's in the Bible. If you want to look it up, it's in the Bible. It talks in the book of Daniel and the book of Revelation. It speaks about Jesus' hair being white. I met some, I think it was Mormons. And they told me, yeah. We know God's hair is white. God's hair is white. And this and that. It speaks about God in the Bible about his hair being white. And I said, no, it's not talking about God. It's talking about Jesus' hair being white. But in all honesty, it is talking about God because, like I said, God and Jesus are in that same body. That's why his hair is white. So it is talking about God, but it's also talking about Jesus as well. Anyways, the Holy Spirit told me that Obama is the Antichrist. Okay, I never thought, at that time, it never crossed my mind. I didn't think about, I thought about religion. I thought about what I'd seen and stuff, and about that. But I was also living my life, living with my girlfriend, and my kid. I was living my life, but I didn't think about religion very often. Even though I'd been to heaven and I knew the truth. There's a lot of bad things right now about to happen. This Obama guy is one evil dude. And he has no problem telling people who he is. None. He thinks it's funny. Another man knows that he's the Antichrist. This man approached Obama, and when Obama was, talking to a big crowd of people, and he told him, "You are the Antichrist." And Obama laughed. He laughed. He knew it. He knows who he is. Obama knows he is the Antichrist. Did you know that the Antichrist is the son of the devil? Just like Jesus is the son of God. The Antichrist is the exact opposite of Jesus. He is the son of the devil. Obama wrote a book, and in his book, he wrote a short story about meeting his actual father, the devil, in a dream that he had. He actually met it was like a dream that he had, where he actually met the devil. And he said he felt chills through his body when he met the devil. That he was shaking. And that the devil had a deep voice or a loud voice and told him that it was time, meaning it was time for him to do his purpose, which was to be the Antichrist and to destroy this world, cause the destruction of this world, to cause millions and millions of people to go to hell. Because guess what? When you go to hell, the devil wins. The devil wins. If God saves you, if you get saved through God, God wins. So if you don't believe and you end up in hell, the devil wins. And I know exactly what hell is like. It's horrible. One more thing about the Antichrist before I continue to speak about hell real quick. I'm going to give you a brief summary about hell real quick, but I wanted to say one more thing about Obama, the Antichrist. Obama is a liar, just like the devil is a liar. It said there's so many people all around the world, all around the United States that love this guy. They think that he's the first black president, and that's the reason why they love him, because they think that he made history by being the first black president. But the problem is, he's not a black man. He's mixed. He's biracial. He's white and he's black. He's just as much a white man as he is the black man. He's not the first black president. I would have voted for Ben Carson. Ben Carson, he would have been the actual first black president. And he probably would have been a good one, too. Because Ben Carson's a good guy. I like Ben Carson. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about the guy, but I've heard things that he said, and I've seen the way he is, and he seems like a really nice person. But Obama's nothing but a big fat liar, just like the devil, to deceive people. This whole race thing of him being the first black president is where he's got his edge. It's where he's got his edge on us, his advantage over us. Nobody's going to talk bad about the guy that's the first black president because they might be called a racist. You never notice that Obama never shuts up about racism? You ever notice that? About making things equal? Who's the guy who's president, who was the president when gay marriage was made legal? Was made legal? Obama. Obama was the president. Who's the one that speaks about things being equal between gays and normal people? Obama. Yeah. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And then he made man. So man would not be alone. He created woman. He created them to be one. To be together. To multiply. To fill the world with people. God didn't make a man and a man to be in a relationship together. God made man and man to be brothers, to be friends. Nothing more than that. Being gay relationships is like a slap in God's face. God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah because of gays. Men there were trying to sleep with 2 male angels. God ain't gonna put up with stuff like that. So what did he do? He sent fire down and burned them. Burned them. You ever been burned? Have you ever been burned before? You have any idea how bad it feels to get burned? Bad. He burned that whole city because they went against him. And that's what's going to happen to America. That's what's going to happen to the people here. We're giving in to this Antichrist. Everything's got to be equal between gay people and normal people. That's right. Being gay is not normal. It's not normal. A man and a woman being together is normal. I'm so sorry if me saying that normal is woman and a man. I'm sorry if that offends anybody, but that's the truth. There was never meant to be a man and a man, a woman and a woman together. All people who are gay are going to hell. There is no doubt about that. And I'm not saying it to discriminate against people or hateful. It's a fact. Gay people do not go to heaven because going against the law of God, the will of God, is a sin. People who have sin in them do not go to heaven. If you have any brain in your head, I would not be supporting people who are gay. Big mistake. Yeah, that's right. I believe this 100% that the Antichrist is gay, that Obama is a gay man, and a lot of people say that his wife is not a woman, she's a man, and it would make a lot of sense considering he is the one that supports gays so seriously. He supports them big time, and so does his wife, and she honestly looks like a man. I mean, I'm not 100% sure that she's a man, but she looks like a man. And I'm telling you right now, if she's not a man, she's cover up. She's cover up for him being gay. Because that man, Obama doesn't look at women with lust in his eyes. He doesn't look at women that way. He looks at men like that, not women. If you've seen him look at women, talking to women, he doesn't have a look on his face like, wow, you're attractive. He doesn't have that look on his face. You're blind if you don't see it. Obama is the one who's running this country right now. He is the president. It's not Biden. Biden is a senile old man, confused old man, and his boss is Obama. He was the vice president of Barack Obama, of the Antichrist. And right now he's confused. And a woman, whatever her name is, she already done said that Barack Obama and Biden talk all the time. And some guy said, how often do they talk? Once a month? Twice a month? Once a week? She wouldn't even tell him. My guess is they talk almost pretty much every single day. And Obama's pretty much ordering Biden around, telling him what you need to tell these people, what's going to happen, what's going to happen. In all honesty, he may not even be talking to Biden. The whole people that are in the White House, the government might already consider Obama the president still. In all honesty, they might not even consider Biden the president. He's just a stand-in. Because Barack Obama is not supposed to be the president again. It's against the rules. But one day, and my guess is it's going to be right after. It's going to be right after, I think, my opinion, Donald Trump. Donald Trump is going to be the president again. And my opinion is during that, Jesus is going to return. And right after Jesus returns, Obama's going to return as the president. He's going to be given the power to return. And he's going to be the president for 3.5 years before the end, before this country is burned to smithereens by other countries, nuclear bombs, and whatever. It's going to be burned to smithereens. And anyways, Obama's the Antichrist. You could not believe it all you want, but it's the truth. Anyway, there's a book a woman wrote and it's called A Divine Revelation of Hell. And I know for a fact it's a true story, because this woman has also been to heaven. Jesus is the one that took her to hell, and he took her to heaven both. But he took her to hell first because he wanted her to write a book about it, telling people what hell is like, kind of like to scare them, to give them an idea of what it's like, so they know what they're getting themselves into if they don't obey God. It's very scary. It's very scary. And I know for a fact it's the truth, because she said the exact same things I said when I was a kid about heaven. She described heaven exactly the same as me. Exact. It was just like it was like she heard me say what I saw in heaven and wrote everything down identically. But I didn't know her. She wasn't even from California. She has really been to heaven, and she's really been to hell. Hell is a very lonely place. Everybody in hell is alone. They are in a pit. Well, not everybody's alone, but pretty much. In all honesty, this is the truth. The only people that are not alone are the gay people, because they're not alone, because they're actually joined to the person who is in a relationship with them, in a gay relationship with them. They're joined together. But everybody else that was normal, that had a normal relationship with a man and a woman, they are alone. In a pit, all alone. The only company that they have is cries of other people that they hear. They can't see them, but they could hear them. Then hell is a very dark place. So, if you go to hell, you're going to be in a hole. You're going to be literally bones. You're going to be on fire. You're going to have fireworms crawling through you. And you're going to be in so much pain. And you're going to be laughed at and mocked by demons. Laughed at all the time. You're going to cry. And you're going to feel so bad for not listening to God. Not listening to the preachers. Not listening to the people that know the truth. And choosing to live life however you want. Absent of God. God's the one who made you. Okay? You wouldn't even have a life if it wasn't for him. I know there's a lot of people that go to church. You know what I mean? I know that a whole lot of people go to church. But then they go home and then they act like normal again. They start cursing, watching adult movies, talking bad with their friends or whatever, living their life like normal again. They only act, in all honesty, they don't even act spiritual when they go to church. They just go there and sit down and listen to the preacher preach, and that's it. And it's just like a hobby. That's it. It's a one day a week thing, and they think that just because they do that they're going to heaven. Well, guess what? You're wrong. You're not going to get to heaven by doing what I'm doing, by works, by warning people. That will get you rewards in heaven, is what that's going to get you. That's not what's going to get you. That's not what's going to save you and get you and give you admittance into heaven. That's not what's going to get you actually into heaven. Believing is what's going to get you to heaven. Believing and knowing that Jesus is your Lord and your King. That he's the Son of God. That he's part of God. That's what's going to save you. Knowing that Jesus is your master and obeying God. Trying your best, asking forgiveness when you make a mistake. You know what I mean? And I'm just letting you know, selfish people don't go to heaven. So if you're a very selfish person and you know things that you could tell other people and you don't tell them, that's kind of selfish. You know what I mean? You know something that could save somebody from going to hell and you don't tell them because you just don't feel like it. That's selfish. I'm sure that there are things that I do that are selfish. But I try my best, to care about other people and warn other people and to be a good person. time to wake up, people, because it says in the Bible that Jesus is coming at the last trump, and I believe that that means that Donald Trump is going to return as the president. And when he does return as the president, I believe anytime within those 4 years of his presidency, Jesus is going to return. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen during that 4 years or whatever, but something's going to happen. But that's what I believe, and I think that it's true, that's right. But I know that after Jesus leaves, Obama's going to return as the president. He's going to be given power to return as the president because he's so loved by so many people. They decide to go against the Constitution, the rules, and give him a chance to be the president again. Except he's not just going to return as the regular president. He's going to actually, in all honesty, be a ruler of the whole world. He's going to rule a whole lot more than America when he returns. You need to keep your eye on this guy. See all the stuff he's doing. Wake up, people. Open your eyes. The stories in the Bible are true. I'm living proof because I've died and been there. Not only have I been to heaven and, seen God and met God and everything and heard the voice of the Holy Spirit, and which basically means I met the Holy Spirit too. I met God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. All three of them I've met, obviously. But when I was a little kid, I don't know, I was probably about 10 years old, I've seen a demon. I saw two demons. That same day I saw 2 demons. I've never seen one since. I only saw a demon once in my life, but it was 2 of them that I saw. And one was on the side of the trailer that me and my family lived in. And it was very scary looking. It looked like an alien, from this movie, Fire in the Sky. It looked just like that. Stories in the Bible are real. They're true. Wake up. Wake up.